Well, Black and White Network, tomorrow is January 6th. And I'm pretty sure you know that the Democrats are going to go all out and try and smear any Trump supporter as a domestic terrorist. You know that's what they're going to do. That's the only thing they got that they're going to play off of for 2024. Now, Joe Biden came out with his, I believe, first campaign commercial, and that was pretty much it, because he can run on nothing else. This country is in decline, it's failing, it's an embarrassment on the world stage. Now, if I'm Donald Trump and I want to defeat Joe Biden, one of the things I'm actually going to bring up is, why in the world are Democrats filming themselves having gay sex inside of the Senate chamber? I believe he should actually do that, because that seems to be Democrat values. If Joe Biden wants to paint Trump supporters as domestic terrorists, then Donald Trump should actually paint Democrats as being, just disgusting people that do vile acts inside of the Senate chamber. Now, when it comes to that staffer, he got fired. Now, the mainstream media did not cover this. They didn't want to touch this thing, okay? Because it was a Democrat. Pretty clear that individual, Aiden, should have not been in the Senate chamber, especially butt naked, getting blasted by another man. He should actually have been arrested. I don't think he has. Now, I believe there was like an investigation, but something is telling me, guys, that nothing is going to happen to him. He's not going to get charged with anything, it seems. It was one thing for sure. It was definitely indecent exposure. You would actually think, that getting naked inside of a Senate hearing room, having sex, you would actually think that's against the rules, right? Breaking the law. He needs to be held accountable. But as of right now, he still has not been held accountable. Now, let's go back to January 6th, 2021. The police were letting people inside of the Capitol. They were welcomed in by the police. We got it on tape, guys. One of the individuals that was actually led into the Capitol, given a tour, because we saw the tapes, was Jacob Chansley, a.k.a. the QAnon Shaman. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he spent, 10 months in solitary confinement? When the police let him in, I still haven't seen any video of him committing any acts. The man should have never went to prison. But they made an example out of him and other people. They got Enrique Tarrio locked up for 22 years? He wasn't even in Washington, D.C. Amazing, guys. Amazing. But yet, the QAnon Shaman, Jacob Chansley, brings up a pretty good point here. We need to watch this video, guys. First, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. We have our member live stream every single Friday. We had our member stream today. It was a whole bunch of fun. Thank you for the support. Look here. Breitbart has an exclusive interview with Jacob Chansley here. Look at this. Jacob Chansley on porn film being filmed in Senate hearing room. Were they trespassing? That is a good question. Because they threw this man in prison for 10 months, solitary confinement. They said he was trespassing even though the police let him in and gave him a guided tour. When Vivek says it's an inside job, it definitely seems like that. It definitely does. So let's go ahead and watch this clip here about Jacob Chansley. Let's roll it.
Do you think that the people that were caught filming the amateur porn video in the Senate hearing room should go to jail for what they did, or what do you think the consequences should be?
How did they get in the building? Were they trespassing? Could that be, because if there's nobody in the chamber, then is it indecent exposure if nobody's there? But if they allowed the video to get out, you know what I'm saying? I honestly, like, they made an example out of everybody in so many other instances, but they're gonna just let that slide? What's up with that?
Yeah, you saw that right there, guys. You saw that right there. Clearly, they were trespassing. They were not supposed to be in there. I believe that is pretty clear that they were not supposed to be in there. No charges, right? No charges. Actually, one guy, January 6th, didn't even go into the Capitol. They threw him in jail. They violated his free speech rights. I was astonished, man. Astonished by that. But Jacob Chansley is right to call out the hypocrisy here, man. He is right on the money. Why isn't the gay staffer actually, been charged anything? But all you got to do is look at the BLM riders, Antifa riders in 2020. Kamala Harris helped bail those people out. No accountability for burning down businesses. Yes, Democrats, man. That gay Senate staffer had the right politics. That's why. Just like the Roe versus Wade protesters, it is against the law to protest in front of a Supreme Court justice's home. The left didn't care. They did it anyway. And they were not held accountable. The hypocrisy, man, needs to be called out. I'm glad that Jacob Chansley called this out, because he's right about this. This man spent over a year in prison when the police let him in. That's not trespassing if they let you in. They let him in. They gave him a tour. And they threw this man in prison. Made him the face of January 6th. Astonishing, man. Why hasn't anybody actually asked that question? Why hasn't that question been asked before? Didn't even think of that. I really didn't think of that. Now, granted, the Senate sex tapes, that's only like, a few weeks old or so. But still, I'm on the bet nothing is going to happen to that staffer. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.